I'm a urologist, seen a lot, and I'm kinda numb inside by now. Until one day, my childhood buddy, everyone's big brother and the so-called cool monk type in our neighborhood, came to see me. Said his, time had gotten shorter. I frowned, sensing it wasn't so simple. Hey man, using your hand too much isn't good. Might end up being a minute man. Daniel sat up quickly, gritting his teeth, whispering resentfully in my ear, eyes red and watery. You know using hands too much isn't good too. Dude, I know, I'm willing to help you get better. Can you pull up your pants first? I've lived at home since I was a kid, even as an adult, couldn't bring myself to move out. This place holds so many memories, and friends from my generation have all moved on with their lives. The biggest yard in the area is Daniel's place. There's a massive sycamore tree in it. Daniel's been weak since childhood, his family deals in antiques and is top-tier collectors. They made it big, a remarkable big family. He's always been this cool, gentle, and indifferent type. The one family's reputation is really loud around here. Local upper-class people come worship the big Buddha like him. I remember some middle school guys bow to the wooden Guangdong statue under the sycamore tree. I was a few years younger, loudly directing under the tree. First bow to heaven and earth. Now, brother to brother. Done. For middle schoolers became sworn brothers. Daniel was the eldest. The youngest, Eric, looked up and sassed, Melody, you're just repurposing wedding vows, huh? Quite the genius. Before he even finished, Daniel chuckled, then she's Melody. I blew a raspberry at Eric. Just got off work, and this blaring horn scared me as soon as I walked out the entrance. I frowned and jogged up. Couldn't ignore that Rolls-Royce Phantom even if I wanted to. Covered my face, didn't want my coworkers to spot me, quickly opened the back door, plopped myself in. Daniel didn't budge inside. His wrist always wearing sandalwood beads, smelling really nice. Melody, you are so slow. Third brother barely comes back, and you're still working this much. Oh geez. Eric's head popped out from the passenger seat. I smacked his head. Fourth, you're a gynecologist and you're schooling me. Eric sulked. What, me? I'm a master gynecologist. Go ask around how many high society ladies try to get an appointment with me, hardly available. He's not lying, his grandpa was also a master, a famous traditional medicine family, and Eric's just as good. I'm in urology, he's in gynecology. I'm at the Western hospital, he's at the traditional one, our workplaces are right across from each other. He offered a hand, come on, let me check if something's wrong. I glared at him, get lost. Last time he just touched me and said loudly in front of Daniel, whoa, still a virgin. My face turned red instantly, then he added, should find a man to balance it out, too much male hormone, recently having acne and hair loss, right? I was furious. Eric, I'll show you today, drop your pants, I'll check you out. Daniel chuckled, supporting my body nearby. Felix booked a massive place for the third brother. By the time Daniel and I arrived, Felix had hyped up the place. Whoa, a rare guest, Felix exaggerated at Daniel. Daniel, poker-faced, bumped fists with him. Felix peeked around Daniel, handed off his golf club. Daniel pushed Felix's head aside. Felix annoyed, why you keeping Melody so strict, won't even let me take her out? And you don't restrain Eric, double standard, huh? Daniel murmured, Lily here? Felix suddenly zipped up, pointed at Daniel, kind of saying, all right you. Without words. At that moment, I was still pulling Eric's waistband. Eric squealed like a pig, saw Felix, and yelled for help. Eric, why hide? Show it to me, don't be ashamed of urology, early detection, early cure. I was pressing him from behind. Felix pushed me forward cheerfully, all right, stop, go keep someone company for me. Keep someone company? Followed Felix's gaze, a graceful woman in a cheongsam sipping her drink. I pointed at Felix, smirking, look at you. Lily. I dashed forward to greet her. Lily's Felix's girlfriend, but she won't admit it. She calls it following him. Basically, a kept woman, or so they say. But me and the brothers don't see it that way. Felix being a businessman, he loves profits, yet with Lily, he just keeps investing without expecting returns. I've been impressed, this angelic sister though, she's like a calm lake. Felix first met Lily in an orchard. She had a boyfriend then, and Felix, furious as hell, ripped them apart. Lily went with him afterwards. As for how, I'm better off not knowing. Later, she made it big on a reality show with her singing and presence. Felix opened a company, started grooming her, only signed her, claiming he'd make her a superstar. I hugged Lily, sis, sign some autographs for me before you leave, my coworkers adore you, I do too. Lily glanced at me, lifting my chin, which role you like best? My eyes darted, the one where you played a noble consort. Then I mimicked her character right there, banished them. Bring me my favorite lotus pastry. Lily was laughing her heart out, covering her mouth at first, then putting her wine glass down on the table and laughing with her hand on her chest. Oh man, that expression of yours just cracks me up. If you play the Empress, I'll watch it for sure. Lily looked confused, didn't know you were an environmentalist. Not bad, you. I leaned in and whispered to Lily, I specialize in circumcision. Lily completely lost it, laughing so hard she could hardly breathe, and gave me a playful look. Felix kept glancing over, giving me that warm, sunny look. Look at him, prioritizing romance over friends. Finally, the much-awaited big guy, Jason, showed up. He always wanted to join the army, went straight to military school, and reached major by 30. He only gets 2 breaks a year and doesn't even come home for the new year. Right now, a quiet girl stood next to him, waving at me happily. That's my best friend, Selena. She seems quiet but has a wild side underneath. I quickly pulled Lily over, and Selena rushed in to give me a hug. Before I could catch my breath, Jason pulled Selena away. All he needed was a slight move, and she immediately behaved. Selena stuck her tongue out at me, and Eric showed up, checking Selena's pulse, making her nod and gasp in surprise. Then, the 4th brother whispered something in Jason's ear, making his ears turn a bit red as he sneaked a glance at Selena. Felix was off to the side complaining to Daniel, now I get why you're okay with Melody hanging out with the 4th brother. Daniel, that's smart. You can keep an eye on Melody's private life. I squinted. Felix is the worst. I helped cheer up his girlfriend, and this is how he treats me. I dragged Lily to find Eric, asking him to check on her too. Lily was impressed by what Eric said, complimenting him a bit. Eric got all full of himself instantly. Lily, everything's fine, just stop taking the birth control pills, they're bad for you. I'll give you a prescription. The room fell completely silent. Felix put down his glass. What? Repeat that, 4th brother. Lily glanced at Felix nonchalantly. Felix squeezed his glass too hard and broke it, cutting his fingers and drawing blood. Jason immediately pulled Selena close to him. I looked around, clueless but stating the obvious. Felix, you're such a cheapskate. You're not broke, why save on condoms? Felix shot up, and I instantly hid behind Daniel. With his calming scent of sandalwood around me, I got a bit braver. Felix stood fuming in front of me, pointing, Melody, get over here. I rolled my eyes, real low. Felix yanked off his tie, and I clung to Daniel in fear. A gentle yet firm voice spoke near my ear, don't touch her. Felix was furious, she's just leaning on you for support, saying whatever she wants. Keep spoiling her. I'm not as easygoing as you, dealing with this peacefully for years. I nervously tugged at Daniel's sleeve. In the end, Jason stepped in, hey, this is my welcome back party. Don't ruin it. And like that, it was brushed aside, never mentioned again. After some drinks, everyone went home. On the way out, Lily got pulled into Felix's car despite her protests. Selena walked up to me, wow, your Felix is such a bossy CEO type. Not really, though. We used to hang out all the time. I'd come up with the bad ideas, and he'd carry them out. But after that incident, he stopped hanging out with me. I sneaked a glance at Selena and asked her, "How'd you end up with my third brother?" She shrugged. "I got older, went to a mixer with military guys, figured the good ones all serve the country. It felt safe, so why not?" "Is she going to become a military wife?" I asked her, and Selena said, "We'll see one step at a time." She looked at Daniel behind me. "Melody, don't tell me you can't sense how the big guy feels about you." I rolled my eyes. "No way. Look how composed he always is, like he'd get out of breath if he raised his voice. Besides, I'm their little sister. Shouldn't they treat me a bit special? I'm like the treasured little sister, right? If everyone's like Felix, I'd quit this group." I glanced mischievously at her, teasingly poking her side. "Not like you, so lucky. My third brother's a real catch. Lucky girl. Jason's built like a male model. In uniform, he's all about that waist and hips." Selena blushed, giving me a playful punch on the chest. We played around in front a bit until Daniel called my name, and I replied. He opened the car door for me. After getting in, before Eric could join, Daniel calmly told the driver to go. Eric waved outside, then disappeared from view. What was up with that? Daniel seemed upset. I secretly watched him, light from the street lamps flickering over his handsome features, mirroring his unsettled mood. Maybe avoiding it, I pretended to sleep. I heard a slight, almost inaudible sigh beside me. In the alley, only Daniel and I live there now. Jason left first, he's got a home in the army. Then Felix, as his business grew and he even got into a relationship. Eric eventually moved out too. The long alley, no more can it summon the crew with a whistle. That old yellow dog's funeral, Daniel and I handled that together. When I woke up, Daniel was giving me a piggyback ride at the entrance of the alley. There's no parking in the alley. From the nearest lot, it's a 10-minute walk home. The moonlight and streetlights lit up the way home. I wrapped my arms around Daniel's neck, inhaling his spicy sandalwood scent deeply. His arms supported the back of my legs, and he walked steadily with each step. Awake? Daniel's gentle voice rumbled from his chest. I mumbled a yes. Daniel, you're awesome. Whoever's lucky enough to have his wholehearted love must be blessed by the heavens. Really? He laughed. I rested my head on his back and murmured another yes. I hummed a little tune softly. It's nice not to go home alone when the buzz dies down. He had a girlfriend back in college. I used to peek through the door, watching them paint traditional Chinese art under the sycamore tree, a picture-perfect couple. At that moment, I felt wickedly jealous. I wished he'd bring home someone not as pretty, from a lesser background, less educated, and shorter than me, basically just less. Eventually, I couldn't resist sneaking to his place. That girl was exceptional in every way except her family background. They broke up after college. Daniel was so distraught he coughed up blood. I sneaked over the wall to check on him. That night, he was burning up with fever, muttering in his sleep. I touched his forehead and lit incense in front of the guanine painting in his room. Guanine, I prayed, my brother's a good guy, I genuinely wish him happiness. That was just jealousy speaking. I swear I'll never mess with things again, just let him get better. Jealousy towards the girl who caught the unreachable flower. I teamed up with Felix and dug into her background. Her dad was a gambler, her mom a victim of domestic violence, and she had a little brother. Her life was shattered. I stirred things up, letting Daniel's parents know. His mom disapproved right away. His dad was fed up with it all and considered paying her to leave, but decided against meddling. They left it up to fate. I took it upon myself to meet her. She had her hair in a high ponytail, her spirit infectious. That energy made the bank card in my hand burn. Suddenly, I didn't think she was such a bad match for Daniel. When she took the money and was about to leave, I stopped her. Sis, how about giving me back the money? You both are a good match. I was wrong, I'm sorry. She squeezed my cheeks, laughing. It's you, isn't it? I was clueless, and her grin was smug. She said something wasn't clear, she was confused and wanted to try, but we all overreacted, so funny. She started walking away, and I held her arm. I'm sorry, sis, let me help you too. Give me the money back. It's easy to win Daniel's parents over. She shook off my hand, mocking herself, my family's abyss. I'm not playing anymore. Thanks for the cash, that's what I wanted. Daniel's got his hands full with you. She walked away unfazed. Who knows if she was hurt inside. Later, I heard she took the money and left to study abroad, never coming back. Whatever she told Daniel, he went ballistic, destroying expensive stuff at home. I felt his burning forehead. Suddenly, he opened his eyes, startling me. He grabbed my hand and pinned me down, kissing fiercely. I had just started college, and this was my first taste of an aggressive, dominating kiss. He was swift and rough, like he wanted to consume me. Daniel, wake up, it's me, Melody, I pleaded. He pinned my wrists above my head, kissing me again. He whispered in my ear, you went to see her, gave her money, and tried to set us up? I made her leave. I didn't, I protested. Daniel bit my ear, neglecting your studies, meddling in my love life? I cried, I'm sorry, big brother, I'm sorry. I felt guilty, my jealousy wrecked a couple's love. The saying goes, better to destroy 10 temples than ruin a marriage. I was in big trouble. Breathing heavily, Daniel said, Melody, I'll let it slide this time. Don't ever do it again. No way, I won't meddle again. You scared me to death. Felix had given me a look like I was asking for it when I got involved. Daniel was livid, his neck veins bulging, terrifying. And his grip was strong, my wrists throbbed. It was pure hunter instinct, like that snarling jade dragon in his cabinet. No wonder old Four never misbehaves around him. Maybe he saw I was scared, he let go after one more punishing bite on my chin. I never climbed over his walls again after that. Not messing with Daniel's stuff ever again. For a month, I avoided Daniel. One night, he cornered me outside my college library, blocking my way. Why are you ignoring me? He spoke softly, but I knew he had a temper and could be dangerous. He read the fear in my eyes and looked at me, feelings mixed. Daniel reached for my hand, but I dodged. His hand hung there before he pulled it back. Gently, he ruffled my hair. Sorry for scaring you, Melody. I felt guilty too. I drove his girlfriend away, so I apologized alongside him. Thankfully, we got over it eventually, never bringing it up again. The month after our third brother returned, we'd catch up occasionally, but Lily was missing. Just as I was about to ask Felix, he glared, mind your own business. But trouble found me, it was inevitable. Lily showed up with sunglasses, calling me out. I stared wide-eyed. Lily, this is the men's clinic. You must be lost. Is there something wrong with Felix? She took off her sunglasses and asked for my WeChat. After adding her, she mysteriously asked if I could book an appointment for her at the gynecology department. I asked why, and she didn't hold back, saying she wanted to get an IUD. My hand shook with fear. Last time she took birth control pills and Felix found out, Eric and I got caught in the crossfire. Now she's getting an IUD. I'm trembling, worried even Daniel can't save me this time. I held her hand and said, Sis, for women who haven't had children, don't use this method of contraception. Your uterus is too small for that. Lily looked numb. The doctor won't do it, so I'm asking for your help. I wanted to persuade her, but for the first time, I felt chills on my scalp. Our Felix really managed to make everyone angry. Lily stood up, put her sunglasses back on, and said coldly, Melody, if you don't help, I'll have to go to a shady clinic, and the damage will be worse. So, I had no choice. In the afternoon when I wasn't scheduled, I took her next door to the traditional Chinese hospital to see Eric. Eric almost peed his pants when he heard. He shook. Melody, you're not asking for help, you're digging my grave. I scratched my head. What could I do? If someone doesn't want to have Felix's baby, totally doesn't value Felix, what am I supposed to do? I consoled Lily, almost begging. I swore to her, Lily, give me a chance. I'll talk to my brother. Lily laughed sarcastically, saying no one could persuade him. I racked my brain. How about this, Lily, just tell him Eric and I helped you get the IUD. Please play along. If it works, great. If not, Lily asked, then what? Then I'll sleep between you two, I declared firmly. Holding Lily's hand, my silly sister, for a man to harm your own body, especially your uterus, it's just not worth it. After sending off the tearful Lily, I looked at Eric with a headache. Felix really didn't handle this well, arranging an affair for someone who has a boyfriend. He's a third wheel. Eric remarked. Really? Well, that boyfriend isn't much either, if he cheats so easily. Eric leaned towards me. You know who's even weirder? He whispered, Daniel, over 30 and still a virgin. I got goosebumps instantly. I speak from 3 years of experience as a men's health doctor. Daniel is indeed a bit scary. I'm kind of overwhelmed with all this gossip. A man who can't perform is understandably worn out and stressed. I agreed with Eric. Eric glanced at me, you're naive. He's not can't, he's won't understand. For a man with power and money, to have restraint is something else. No self-restraint, I said, just lack of interest. Just like me, saw too much and got numb to it. When it comes to desire, I have a say. Nearing 30, but really no interest in these matters. Becoming a men's doctor was by chance. Eric and I were from the same school and wanted to switch specialties. He wanted men's health, I wanted women's health. The adjustment ended up with us switching roles. Once we started, we discovered where our true talents lay. The rest of the department was stunned when they saw two usually quiet men like us thriving. Except for the youngest, everyone pitied Daniel. Daniel's wrist beads even dropped in shock. Full of confidence, I thought, don't worry, I have talent. I'm quick and precise, known as the swift blade. Felix hummed sarcastically, casting a weird shadow over the room. The third brother and Felix both cringed, crossing their legs, and gave Daniel a thumbs up. 5 years of college and then more studies, no matter my talent, I was 27 by the time I finished training. Luckily, I look young. I sighed. But during consultations, looking young wasn't always a perk. Worn out wearing a big wig to work so people take me seriously, it's challenging. With 3 years of experience, my reputation grew. Many young guys came, intrigued by my expertise in male sexual dysfunction and prostate issues. The more I saw, the more numb I became, small, large, old, non-functioning. My mind was like a monk's mantra, unmoved. If they undressed too slowly, they got an eye roll from me. I'm sure Daniel, called the Buddha boy, is just numb like me. No interest, no emotional stir. Eric prescribed herbal treatment, mostly for gyno issues, to ease her mind. He was too shy to send it, so I did it for him. This move laid a trap for me. Felix didn't believe we helped Lily with the IUD until he saw my long-winded instructions and the herbal prescription delivery. Less than 2 weeks after that meeting, still asleep, my parents woke me. Melody, Felix is looking for you, my mom softly patted my face. Slowly waking up on my little break, I turned over to sleep more. Then I realized, quickly got dressed, and snuck out the window to Daniel's place. Staring at the not-so-high wall, I spat into my hands and rubbed them together. I once swore never to climb this wall again, but desperate times call for desperate measures. Life's more important than promises. Besides, past promises? I don't care about them anymore. I missed a step and scraped my waist. Ouch, it hurts bad enough to cry. Here I am, a middle-aged woman, still doing crazy stuff like this. Limping a bit, I rubbed my shoulder and knocked on Daniel's window. His yard is so beautiful right now, with those lush sycamores and ivy all over the window. But I couldn't enjoy the view. Daniel, help me. Save me. I yelled. The window opened and I got an eyeful, total heartthrob stepping out of the shower. Yeah, if I just ignore that, and focus on his upper half, my heart's definitely fluttering. He came to the window, shirtless and wrapped in a towel. His hands on either side, with the morning sun hitting his face, and the fresh scent of his shower wafting in. Water dripped on my hand and I just stood there, stunned. What's up, Melody? He waved a hand in front of my eyes. I quickly told Daniel the whole sad story. Finally, a crack appeared on his always cool face. You really know how to get me in trouble, he sighed, then pulled me up through the window. Just like when we were kids and I'd tap on his window. He'd always let me in like this. I held onto his neck, boosted myself on the sill, and he got me inside. Except he almost didn't. We kinda fell back on the sofa made of exotic wood. Ouch, I grimaced. It hurt. He flipped me over, lifted my shirt, and I saw a big scrape on my waist. Take it easy, Daniel, it's killing me. I sweated bullets. Daniel, in a soothing tone, suggested, does it hurt? Want me to blow on it? Oh God. No blowing, get me some iodine. Before I could finish, a soft breeze hit my waist, making it tingle. Daniel, enough. I need iodine, I grumbled, when suddenly Felix was at the window, grinning wickedly. Sorry for interrupting your little moment, Melody. You've still got it. Oops. Then Daniel's mom knocked and barged in, all smiles and red-cheeked, like she was excited or something. Oh my, sorry for intruding. I'll just leave, she said, then turned towards the window. Felix, sit tight and wait in the living room. She hollered. Don't bother the lovebirds. Wow, what a lovely misunderstanding. I wanted to cry but couldn't. Daniel, come on, help me up, my back's killing me, I groaned. Daniel helped me up and fixed my shirt, then rummaged around until he found some iodine. He dabbed at my scrape with a Q-tip, making me wince. Daniel laid me on his bed, then started changing clothes in front of me. I quickly turned my head away. What was that flash of? Oh, never mind. The sound of fabric rustling, and he chuckled, turn your head? How gentlemanly. Totally defenseless, I turned back around to see him dressed now, buttoning up a classy Zhongshan suit, his muscles hidden away. I followed him out to the courtyard. After saying hi, Daniel's mom said she was going for a morning workout with a flashy fan and a megaphone. So it was just Daniel, Felix, and me left at the house. Felix looked pissed, twirling a horsewhip. I've seen that whip before. It's the whip of success passed around between their families, everyone gets a turn. I still was in disbelief, stealing glances at Daniel, who seemed unfazed, just sipping his tea. I caved and knelt down. I'm sorry, sister-in-law wanted to be sure, thought you might get the wrong doc or something. The whip cracked close by, making me jump. But then Felix just stood like a statue, and I got mad. I leapt up. I'm not wrong, Felix. You're the one being a jerk. Felix frowned. Daniel put down his cup. A woman who hasn't even had kids going for an IUD, do you know what that means? It means she's stuck with a selfish jerk. The whip came at me again, but Daniel caught it. Tears filled my eyes. You forced her into whatever, lavished attention on her, and she's supposed to worship you for it? Have your kids cater to you? Seriously? She's a person. Did you ever consider that? Somehow I found the courage to lay it all on Felix. He was close to tears, rubbing them away. Melody, we grew up together, this is how you see me? My tears flowed too, choking back sobs. All you've got is yes men around you, but I'm your friend and I'm being real with you. I pointed angrily. I tell the truth, and you don't want to hear it. Felix, with your attitude, who'd want you, no matter how much money you've got? Felix was all red-eyed, lashing out at the nearest plant. I crumpled to the ground, crying my eyes out. Daniel knelt beside me, wiping my tears with a handkerchief. No more tears, Melody. Felix trashed some plants, then slumped in defeat. He grabbed his head. What do I do? I sniffled. You're such an idiot. Felix isn't a bad guy, he just got tangled up. The more tangled, the more softly you have to tread. You have to take her seriously, every request, Daniel sighed. Especially, don't just chase after physical pleasures. I nodded along. Daniel was right. Felix frowned. She doesn't want that, she just wants me gone. If I had been like you, still a virgin at 30, it shows your tricks don't really work. After saying this, Felix looked disdainful. Daniel's face changed, wanting to give him a slap. I rested my chin on one hand and thought for a moment. Daniel was right, but also wrong. Both men looked at me, eager to learn. If Selena saw this today, she'd be shocked with her jaw on the floor for 3 days. Do you two even understand what attraction is? 2 men, one a trust fund kid, one a business tycoon. Sitting in the courtyard listening to my lesson. Men, you need to learn about sexual tension, understand? Watch some suggestive videos by a certain creator. I could say so much, but looking good is a feeling, you know? They seemed like they were just realizing what suggestive meant for the first time. Anyway, my account was already set up. I took out my phone and had them scroll for a few hours. They frowned, looked disgusted, then sickened. Is this what women are into now? Felix said disdainfully. I rolled my eyes. You two are so outdated, don't you know? A man who serves a woman is a real man. See how I'm washing brains here. Think about it, men need all sorts of comfort from women, so women need it too. I stood up and patted their heads. If you're good to someone based on your way, it's really just your emotional release. It's self-induced emotion. Your love is just average, nothing to show off. Daniel suddenly turned to Felix. So it means, play the pure love game and also learn the art of seduction, equals climbing to the top. This guy can sum it up. Thinking of Daniel abstaining for a girl, I gave him a sidelong glance. Daniel felt a little puzzled, scratching his head. A week later, Lily sent me a message thanking me, saying she'd finally broken up. Once the deal was signed, changing studios was next. When I got the message, my first thought was to rush to Daniel's place. Sure enough, Felix came to my doorstep, drunk and shouting. I hid behind Daniel, shivering, while Felix waved a whip around in Daniel's yard. In the dead of night, a grown man was having a fit of helpless rage. After swinging it for a while, fueled by alcohol, he grabbed Daniel's shirt collar. Just protect her, her brain is useless. I'm even more useless for listening to her. I held back laughter, couldn't keep it in. Ah, what is love in this world? Melody. You're a fool, Daniel's afraid to scare you off, afraid you'd hate him, so he's held it in for so many years. Felix said, tearfully. Daniel shouted at him, and Felix, dazed, I don't want to end up like him, so I played it tough, and now look at me. What is he even talking about? I couldn't understand. I was just about to ask when he lay down on Daniel's lounger and fell asleep. What do you mean afraid to scare me? I looked at Daniel. Just that look honestly terrified me. He stared at me, those eyes almost saying something. With blushing ears, he reached towards me. I nearly went to help him like a eunuch. Daniel sighed, help me get your Felix to the guest room. We both bent down, one on each side, supporting Felix to the guest room. Then he walked me home, and when we reached my door, I paused. Daniel? I called him softly. Remembering how I ruined his relationship back then, I felt a wave of regret. He turned me around, lifted my chin with his elegant fingers, and wiped away my tears. Why are you crying, Melody? I'd always lived in an ivory tower, with 4 brothers protecting me, always studying medicine, work through connections, smooth sailing, facing either teachers or patients, never caring about world's ways. Didn't know how to read people, to guess thoughts. I made your girlfriend break up back then, and now meddled in Felix's business, making him break up too. I'm not good at handling relationships. A soft kiss on my forehead stunned me. It's okay, it's just a normal comfort. Then Daniel's lips moved closer, briefly brushing against mine. My heart raced, hands clenched. Seeing I wasn't scared, he got bolder. His tongue brushed against mine gently. Honey, close your eyes. As a woman in her mid-30s, his honey was a killer blow. Seeing I wasn't following, Daniel closed his eyes on his own, leaned closer, and gradually, tentatively wrapped me in his embrace. Where did he learn to kiss like that? Not supposed to be this reserved kind, right? I went limp all over, clinging to him. Melody, I like you. I covered my face, couldn't sleep all night, woke up suddenly at night, my mouth curled more than AK has recoil. Next morning I snuck over Daniel's house by climbing over. Knocked on his window, and sure enough, he opened it. Daniel. I called his name, he tried bringing me inside. I propped against his chest, left a kiss on his cheek. Daniel, I'm off to work. His smile, brighter than sunshine, was a gorgeous sight. Felix, leaning on the side, clicked his tongue, those lovebirds. Daniel didn't mind Felix's jab, given Felix kind of helped. At lunch, I thought it over and called Felix anyway. Felix answered impatiently. I held the phone. Felix, have you given up on Lily? He snorted coldly. Felix, if you want to pursue Lily, become her top fan. Aren't stars supposed to care for their fans? I gave him a rundown on how to be a fan, joining groups, buying merchandise, becoming a fan manager, and so on. I told him to join Lily's fan group first. Sometimes, if you spend enough, Lily might just pop up and interact with her fans. To become a good fan, I told him to learn from the other fans. Later on, at Lily's events, premieres, and behind the scenes, Felix was the loudest. He found his niche. He was all about throwing money around, whether it was for a photo or renting out a whole theater. He even went to Lily's birthday party and got a front row spot. In just a month, Felix's name was all over the fan group chats. Eventually, he hit the trending list, and Lily's fans started shipping them. Every time before meeting Lily, he'd call me, we're having dinner tonight, but if she invites me upstairs, should I go? Should I play it cool? He was all fired up because Lily's fans were shipping her with someone else. No way, they need to ship me and her instead. Felix, man, you really want to control who her fans like. You're so domineering. I calmed him down. Hey, get a team to film you and Lily, make some edits, and post it everywhere. Beneath it all, he's just a humble CEO, trying to win her over. Lily moved from a lesser-known status to being prominent, and her career started to shine. On Daniel's birthday, I found a classy jade thumb ring at a gem market. It cost me several months' salary. His birthday party was grand, with celebrities from all over attending. When I saw Lily and Felix arrive together, I ran towards them with joy. Seems like Felix is finally getting his way. Just days before, Felix called me, all stubborn about never apologizing even after they fought. Felix, a man's tears are a woman's kryptonite. No woman can resist. Show her your vulnerability, trust me. I'm no pushover. What if my rival company sees me like that? I'd be embarrassed. Before long, Felix's rival company spread the news of him publicly apologizing, tears and all, everywhere. In a quiet corner, holding Daniel's hand, I gave him his gift. Daniel, this present is special. It's said to be Emperor Qianlong's ring, inherited from the owner's ancestors. Daniel took it, casually put it on his thumb, and felt it. Is it real? Daniel frowned, searching for words, pausing for a moment, then said, the material's natural. Oh good, as long as it's natural. I'm quite something, a lot of people buy fakes. Seeing Daniel's gentle demeanor, I stood on tiptoe. There's another gift. He smiled, leaned down, and kissed me warmly. A scream shattered our intimate moment. Eric, wide-eyed, bro, Melody, you guys. On our way home, Eric grumbled, Melody, we agreed to stay single, and now you're quietly dating? You lied to me. I awkwardly scratched my head, knowing my bold claims back then were kinda uncool to Eric. He sighed dramatically, among us brothers, only I'm single now. Traitor. After dropping off the grumbling Eric, Daniel and I headed home. In the car, I couldn't stop playing with his hand. They're so beautiful, long and slender. Daniel held my chin and kissed me, not so gently this time, showing more masculine strength. He led the whole thing, leaving me weak. I stared, a bit resistant, and Daniel stopped, sensing it. When I got home, I could still feel his hands on me, leaving me flushed and my heart racing. A month later, Daniel contacted me. He said his personal time had become shorter lately and stripped casually. What's wrong with me? I frowned, realizing it's not a simple matter. Bro, using your hand too much isn't great. You might turn into a quick shooter. He shot up, frustrated, red eyes glaring, and you know too much hand action isn't good. Bro, I know, I'm willing to help you. But first, pull your pants up. As I was about to prescribe something, Daniel gave me a look that turned my face beet red. I thought I was emotionally numb. Turns out when an old flame reignites, it can't be stopped. I covered my face, feeling overwhelmed. Daniel, I can't believe this is you. The first time was his doing. It was Valentine's Day. He wore a traditional suit, beckoning me to undo the buttons one by one. His shirt fit him perfectly, highlighting his figure. I couldn't help but push him down, and he let me gently. He pleaded, wanted my help, saying he was uncomfortable and promised I'd feel good too. This led to endless repeats. Every meeting we were wrapped up in each other. We used to chat, but now he's bought a place near my office, and our life is shameless and unrestrained. Sometimes it starts tenderly, but later he'd reveal his true nature, being intense, making me want to escape. If I want to leave, he acts all sweet in front of me and now I'm stuck. Don't know when he became so alluring. He wasn't like this before. Saying no makes me feel bad, saying yes, my body can't handle it. Too torn to cry, beauty is deceiving. Yet again, when pressing me against the window, I panicked. Daniel, what if someone takes pictures? He thought it over and by night, switched off all the lights and pressed me there. I felt faint, overwhelmed. Shamelessly, I went to Eric for some herbal remedies. Before I could speak, Eric checked my pulse. Excessive intimacy has made you exhausted. You're not young, have some restraint. In front of a traditional doctor, there are no secrets. Afterwards, I created a structured plan. Ordered Daniel to follow a scientific frequency, finally taming the situation. He's been too spoiled. Then, smacking my forehead, I realized I'm sometimes blinded by attraction. 8 on our special science day, Daniel was already early in the morning. As we were getting cozy, both our phones rang. Selena was calling for my help, and Daniel got a message from Sangu. I was in the station wishing I could hide my face. I mean, I never thought I'd run into people like this. Selena got in trouble for her writing, and now she's in tea drinking mode. Sangu couldn't handle it himself, so Daniel had to run around for him. Problem was, Daniel's talk didn't work. They said Selena could leave if she changed her story. Selena, teary-eyed, was like, no way, that's my male lead, I'm not changing it. So they were stuck. They said she had to finish the ending in the station, they'll let it out if it's okay. I couldn't believe how much influence that girl has. Fans were going crazy. I was with her, checking out her masterpiece. I knew she was writing a novel, but she never revealed her pen name. This time, I got to read it and wow, it blew my mind. My views got totally shaken. Like, whoa. How is this even possible? Selena's heroine is wilder than cultivators, recovering overnight from a wrecked body. Her male lead, though, it's like he's touching the sky. I mean, I've seen a lot over the years, but never anything the size of a thermos. Sangu asked what Selena wrote to land her in trouble. Selena gripped my hand. If you tell him, I'll bang my head against the wall, I can't live with that. In the end, Daniel promised everyone the ending would change, and that got Selena out. Daniel took Selena to our place at Tongpan Alley and was checking her drafts every day. Selena, hiding her face, felt too embarrassed to face anyone. I laughed, didn't see that coming, you always seem so quiet, yet you've got such a wild side. Then it all backfired on me. Daniel started trying out things from Selena's novel with me. I wanted to bolt right away, but he gave up when he realized I really wasn't into it. I told Selena we'd let her off the hook only if she changed the writing. If she didn't, I'd spill her ID to Sangu. Oh, Sanji's build would crush her. Selena was crying every day while revising her work. Once she edited it, fans were upset, saying now it's all plot and no spice. Later, Lily wanted to buy a web novel for the company and it was Selena's. I was like, Lily, can her stuff even be filmed? Lily said she enjoyed it a lot. Made her menstrual cramps easier, better than seeing a man. I was shocked. Lily raised her eyebrows, saying Selena probably hasn't had that yet, otherwise, she couldn't write this way. Felix isn't great in that department, should I have him over for a checkup? Selena blushed, confirming Lily's right. One night, after Daniel and I were done, Sangu called. Felix said I should talk to you, you're the expert. He sounded a bit shy. Hearing Sangu, I looked up at the ceiling speechless. Are you guys unable to manage without my family or what? Every lovelorn CEO needs a sister like me, huh? Sangu said. Selena snapped out of nowhere and wanted to break up. The next day after work, I found Selena to get the real story. Turns out Eric blabbed about her secret pen name. Sangu assumed she liked those things. Then it was endless days and nights, and she felt overwhelmed. Thinking of marrying and living in their big house made her want to bail. Oh, Sangu. I face-bombed. I gently explained novels are one thing, reality another. Sangu frowned, saying it was real to him, mere child's play compared to his training. I face-bombed again with a weak smile, told Daniel to pass the word to Sangu. Finally, that blockhead got a clue. The three brothers had a huge joint wedding. Only little brother Eric was crawling in the dark corner. First, Daniel bought a little Chinese courtyard for our marital home. Then, Felix insisted on moving in, wanting help smoothing things over. Sangu wasn't well off, but Selena, being a writer with many pen names, had decent income. She pitched in for our neighborhood, saying she needed my help to communicate with that big lug Sangu. Daniel and I were speechless. There goes the peace and quiet. Should we move again? Daniel hugged me from behind. Looking at the newly planted parasol tree outside, I shook my head. Let's stay. I smiled. Our parents were in the alley, now we are. Though the place changed, the bond didn't. One late night, I got a call from Eric. I need a favor, Melody, you gotta help me.